such a strange and amusing place. One day you buy 'em rocket ship underpants, and then the next they're in outer space. Mama, don't you know you keep the whole world turning round?
Like flight attendants say, you need to put your oxygen mask on first. In order for baby to be safe, we have to make sure that the family and the parents are safe as well.
This is true, and safety starts at home. And oftentimes we forget some of the simple things that we can do to make our homes safe.
So as a part of our New Beginnings series with State Farm, we've asked healthy home expert Rebecca Morley to come and take a look at my home and to let me know some of the things I need to do in order to keep my home healthier and safer.
Welcome, Rebecca.
Thank you. Well, Gretchen, you have a beautiful home, but even in the most beautiful homes, you can find hazards that are lurking that could be a harm to your children and to the family. And so today we're going to be walking through and taking a look at the potential problems that might be here. One of the things to think about is the 7 principles of healthy homes. Those are keeping your homes dry, clean, pest-free, ventilated, contaminant-free, safe, and then maintained. And so I think today we're going to walk through your home and point out some things that you can see.
That's a lot of stuff, and I'm glad it's her house.
And I'm freaking out. Okay. Okay, well, why don't we take a look around in the rest of the house and you let me know what you find.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay. Okay, so here we are in the kitchen. And I know there are a few issues here that we need to talk about. What are some of the things we need to look at?
Well, first, here we are at the gas range, and we know that gas ranges put off carbon monoxide, which is a deadly poisonous gas. They put off particulate matter when you cook. They also put off moisture, which can cause mold problems in your home. So it's really important to have a working ventilation system that takes the bad air out and puts it actually out to the outside.
Right, and this is vented to the outside, but I have to say that this is a 23-year-old range.
This is the vent right here.
The vent pops up here, and
cool.
I'll be very honest, it's not in good working order.
So something to think about, since you are potentially going to do a kitchen remodel somewhere along the line, is considering reconfiguring this actually altogether. It could be more of a functional space for your family, food prep, take the range and move it to another part of the kitchen.
Yeah, like my kids at my house, we have the same kind of thing where the range is right here and the kids are doing their homework, and I'm always paranoid about, you know, papers and fire. And, I mean, like very basic, you know. So yeah, it would be nice to have just a dedicated food prep area.
Right.
Well, speaking of flames, I did want to definitely commend you for having a fire extinguisher. And I noticed that it was wall mounted, which is really good, because that means if you have guests and there is a fire, that they can find it quickly. If it's under the sink and only you know it's there, it's not going to be helpful.
And we have a fire extinguisher because we actually needed one once. And I didn't have one, so
we're good.
We learned.
Now, do these expire?
They do expire, and in fact, this has a little indicator on it to tell you if it's full or empty and when to replace it.
Okay.
Great. And what are some of the other things that we should be looking at?
I'm sure there's just an endless list of things we should be looking at.
Well, there is a list, but it's manageable. I'll point out a couple other things. One is you want to keep, from time to time, looking under the kitchen sink to see if you have any leaks, any plumbing leaks that can lead to mold. The other is in the refrigerator at the bottom, there's a condensate tray, and it collects moisture, mold, bacteria, and that needs to be cleaned regularly. And you can either do it yourself by removing the front panel, or you can have a professional, when they're coming in to do maintenance of other equipment, clean that pan for you.
Yeah, I always clean under there.
Me too, totally.
Okay, why don't we move on to another part of the house and
Sounds
see
great.
what we find.
All right.
More and more people are starting to make their basements part of their living space. And so you've done some great things here. You know, there's certainly a source for moisture, dampness, mold. A lot of times you'll walk into basement spaces and you can smell it a little bit, but this is really dry down here. You've done a great job with dehumidifying. You've got a sump pump, and you've got these great floors which are smooth and cleanable, as opposed to carpet, which can be a trap for mold and dust and debris.
No, I have to say, it's all due to tragedies that we've had
She's
here.
had to learn by experience.
I've had floods down here.
Yeah.
And we got rid of the carpet because of what you just said, and we put down this, you know, tile flooring, which I think makes a lot more sense for a basement.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people use carpet because it's warmer and it's more comfortable.
But in the basement,
it just doesn't work. And so what you can do, if you have young toddlers that you're worried maybe about falling on the tile, you can put down area rugs and just make sure that they're adhered so that it's not becoming a trip hazard.
Right.
The other thing that you've done, which I noticed in your back room here, is you've gotten everything off the floor, off the concrete floor. They're in plastic bins.
Again, I am
Great idea.
so glad we're doing this at your house. I'm just saying.
No, but that's because I've learned. We had several lots of things ruined in with water damage. So we've put everything in the plastic tubs.
It'll protect your belongings, and it'll also then not be a source for mold and dampness.
Right. Is there anything else that we really need to worry about?
One other thing is I noticed that you have your gas-powered equipment back here, your hot water heater and your HVAC system, and those can put out carbon monoxide, which claims about 500 lives each year.
Wow.
So we'd like to see CO alarms on every floor of the home. I notice you have them up by your sleeping areas, which is ideal, so you can hear them when they go off.
Right.
But since you also have a bedroom down here, I'd recommend that you put one down here as well.
Good idea.
Okay.
Okay, so what do we need to be concerned about in the bathroom?
Moisture, moisture, moisture. We've got people taking showers for 10, 15 minutes sometimes.
In my household, 45 minutes to an hour.
Asleep in the bathroom with the lights on.
Exactly. So we want to have a working fan. That's one of the first tips.
Yeah.
How do you know if your fan's working?
You know, an easy tip is if you just take a little piece of toilet paper and then hold it up to the fan, and if it sucks the toilet paper, then you know that you're getting enough ventilation out.
Did you know that?
No, I think that's a great tip.
The TP trick.
Yeah, definitely.
TP trick.
The TP trick.
All right, I'm going to try that at home.
Check the grout in your shower tile as well, because water can get behind there and cause a mold and moisture problem.
Okay.
And then finally, check your toilet for leaks on a regular basis.
How do you check your toilet for leaks?
Well, you want to look and just see if there's condensation around the bowl, and you also want to look down where you can turn where the water shutoff is, and if you see any dripping there, you know you've got a slow leak, and that needs to be repaired by a plumber.
Okay. Well, this has been great information today. Thank you so much for coming and sharing with us.
If you'd like to know more, check out our website, mommycast.com.